Hey, today we're going to take a look at how to make a mixtape using Ableton Live. I think especially to display your own music to audience, it's great to make a mixtape of your own songs. That's what I recently did. Traditionally, I've been doing a lot of traditional DJ gear DJing, but recently I had to do a mix of my EP, and the tempo variation of the songs was so big that I could not use your regular turntables for that. So I used Ableton Live for that. I found it's actually super nice, and I want to teach you how to do that. So I'll just quickly show you what's happening here, and I'll run you through the considerations that go into making a mix with Ableton Live. So for example, here I have two songs, and they're warped. Everything works perfectly. I'm also doing a bit of a master automation for tempo. So for example, here there's a transition between two songs that are not close to each other in terms of tempo. So So one song fades out, one comes in, but they're also warped, so they stay in sync. And there's a few things relating to that, and I will show you how to do that. You have to figure out the tempo of the song. That's one of the most important things that go into this technique. So let's start with that. I'll create a new project and I will run you through the magic. So to start, obviously, you're going to need some songs, and I have some songs of mine here, and let's just start with that. I'll drag my first song here, and what I will do now, and what's most important to get going, is to figure out the tempo of the song. Then we will warp it, and then we will mix the song. So I drag the song in here. So let me first adjust the starting point of the song so it'll start on a beat, and if it doesn't, I will talk about that too. So now I have a song here that I would like to use in a mix, and I first have to figure out the song tempo. I can pretty much guarantee this song is not on the right tempo. Let me activate metronome and let's take a listen. I could even raise the metronome level a little bit if needed, but what I always do is I'm using spacebar to hit start and stop real quick. So obviously I'm listening to the song against the tempo. This is important. So what I need to do now, what I usually do in this technique is I set the project tempo to somewhere where the metronome starts to work. This is critical. So it's too slow now, and I know the drum and bass jungle usually sits around 160, 170, so let's try 151. I know metronome is lagging a little bit. I'll just increase project tempo till it fits. A little slow. I'm using shift and spacebar to continue from here. Still too slow. Raise the tempo. Too slow. I'm getting closer. 155. I think I found the tempo, so I'm just gonna play it a little further. So you want to check that the tempo still fits further down the line. And this technique pretty much has to do with most electronic music because the tempo usually doesn't change. I will not go now into what if you have some song that changes its tempo or has a tempo that is not done against a sequencer or a steady metronome. But this fits for most electronic music out there. Okay, so it seems that I've found the tempo. What do I do next? Let me warp this song. This creates the ASD file on the hard drive that has this tempo information or this warping information. And now I still, let me just play here and just make sure that metronome still works. It does. So you need to remember the tempos of these songs. Maybe if you have to make a notepad, put it on the file name, whatever is necessary, but you have to remember the song tempos. Just to repeat, let me get another song here that's definitely in a very different tempo, just to repeat. So another song, this song, let me solo this track.
But in a sense,
this song in a way doesn't even start from the beat, so if that happens, I usually just first set the starting point to somewhere where the song starts on a beat, so it's easy to use in this technique. So this pre-work is what you have to do. You only do this to figure out the tempo. I will talk about this more, but okay, I found the place where the song starts. So once again now, I have to set the project tempo now to where it fits this song, so I will figure out the song tempo. Alright, let me change. It's instrumental hip-hop type stuff, so it's probably somewhere around 90. Tempo is going too fast. Too fast. I'm going a little too fast. Let me try 91. Seems fitting. Let me play it here. Seems like it's 91, so it works. So now let me just edit this because I moved the starting point. So 91 it is.
but in a sense,
Let me also fix this. I think Bandcamp actually does this. So let me warp it. So the info for this warping is created. Let me recheck. So now it's in sync. And remember the tempo. Just write it down. You only have to remember this. So this I know is, I could actually even create it from this project if I wanted to. Obviously they're now in sync. So that was 91 and this was 155. Obviously these both are now in sync with the project tempo, so even if I solo the track that was faster, for songs I use Complex Pro for warping. Obviously it sounds a little funny because it's going so slow, but so it's up to you how crazy you go with the tempo variation, but this is literally the technique you do to figure out the tempo, and once you got the tempo down, you're good to go. Also, if you're exporting your songs from Ableton Live, let's say that this is my song, if I export it, go to export settings, create analysis file, so you will get all the length information, the warping that will be used. So create an analysis file, then you import the song to the project, and there you go. So just to repeat, I use the project tempo and metronome, and I was turning the project tempo till it fits with the song. Then I know what tempo the song is in, then I turn warping on. And then I can think about creating the mix. So let's get into that. Considerations going into making a mix. So at some point I would probably like to make mix this song out and bring a new song in. For example here, let's say that the new song comes in here. I would probably do a bit of fading. You have to fine tune this, but this is the technique. So maybe around in this time, this song fades out and the new song comes in. and I will also be using EQ. So now roughly I'm listening to how it sounds. This song is this is actually kind of extreme because this jungle song is so much faster, but I would also use a bit of master tempo change to make the transition smoother. But let's just take a listen for now. I won't need metronome anymore. This is not super smooth because this song doesn't have a, as you can hear, this song is kind of busy and this isn't. So I could probably even move this by 16 bars and see where we are at. You could even do like a really long fade. So how smoothly you do this is entirely up to you. Let me try this. I will need an EQ, and I could, for example, I could use the kind of DJ style EQ that Ableton Live has. Let me get the EQ and filters. This is the EQ3 is nice because it's kind of simple. Just like if you ever used a DJ mixer, it has lows, mids, highs, and which are usually enough for creating a DJ mix because you're able to cut some of the musical parts. For example, let me listen to this song and cut the mids. So you heard I'm filtering out some of the musical parts because this is a little much. So you kind of, as a DJ, you have to kind of blend the songs in, and how like you can go abrupt if you want to. I could even use some reverb and stuff, but I don't want to go there. I just want to create a mix that makes sense somehow. You could put a lot of time on fine tuning this, but I will automate this mid gain on the EQ3 on this lower track, this hip hop style track, because I want to filter out some of the music. So I will automate this gain. So I'm looking at automation. I'm now seeing this gain mid. I love how convenient it is in Ableton Live to see the last parameter you clicked on. So okay, let me click here. So I know I'm looking at gain mid. So I'll just do automation. So it's cutting the mids. Let me curve this a little bit. So let's take a listen. It's probably a little smoother. Let's go. Let me start here. I can hear that some of the bass is clashing, so I will also cut some of the lows. Click here, I create a new automation lane, gain low. I will cut some of this because I know the jungle track has a bit of sobs, so let's try this. It's still a little abrupt. Let me do something. I don't want to get this. I don't have to get this perfect, but I would probably extend this section. Let me just I have to split the clip so the loop doesn't affect the previous part of the song. So now let me just loop 60 bars here, or I could go longer. This could be the looping. So I can just drag the clip here. This will probably do a nice, okay transition. I actually know and I see that the jungle song kind of drops here. So let's say I want this old song, the first song, to be gone. So this could probably work around maybe, let's take a listen. It kind of works. You could fine tune this forever. It does sound funny because the tempo change is so big. So let's automate master tempo. It's now so nice because they're in sync, but a little tempo raise would definitely work because this first song is 155 BPM and we're rolling at 91. So it does sound a little funny, but this is so nice to do. So go to master, click on master tempo, and take a look at automation. So here we got the tempo automation. So you could mess with this. It'll create the starting tempo point, and maybe if you wanna, if you do a really quick tempo increase, it could work. Actually, let's just listen. I could shut up and we could just listen. Let's try. This could work. I don't know. We'll try. Maybe it could be smoother, so I could maybe have this song reach its actual or the maximum tempo a little later, so it could be here, but you can fine tune this forever. So now these two songs mix together. So this fades out, this fades in. I'm doing a little bit of like EQing. It's just like a DJ does. So EQing the mids, EQing the lows. This is how you do a mixtape. If you got the technique down, this is where you can end watching this video. If you still need a refresher, I will add one more track to this project. So I have the songs here, and I'll just do, let's say I'll move these somewhere here. I'll let the automation follow the clips. So everything I did for automation will be here. Look at the songs here. Let's say that I want to add a house song. That maybe could work. House to hip hop to jungle. Why not? So I have a house thing here. And once again, I need to figure out the tempo. Everything is, the other songs are warped. So I could now, I'll first make sure that it's tight on the one. All right. I have automation for tempo here, but it's fine. I can override it. I can always get back to actual automation by clicking this. So once again, I'm on the hunt for the BPM. Activate metronome, start playing the song. It doesn't start on the beat, which I do want. So let me edit this to where I think the song probably starts here. It's tight on the kick. Tight. So now, once again, tempo change till it fits. My project is too slow. Faster. Faster. Getting there. Sounds like 120 starts to work. Let me skip. 120 it is. So warp the song. Actually, let me first do this if I wanted to use it straight away. So I first did this, so it's tight. Activate the warping. I'll go for Complex Pro. It's in sync. Magically it is. So once again, you should remember this tempo. Why should you remember this tempo? Let's say that now I clear everything and I drop the song to a new project. Well, actually, let's just do that. So I would now delete this, and let's say I bring it here. I have to know the tempo of the song. I just did figure out that it's 120. So warp, and actually it is 120 already because I did the warping. But if it wasn't there, I would set this to the correct reading, correct BPM, so this would line up correctly. So you have to know the tempo. So now maybe I would want to mix the hip hop to house, or actually the other way around. I had these songs here. I could bring these back to, let's say, here, and I would mix maybe the house to hip hop here. Let me. So this would be the song that goes out. The fade. I'll just do this kind of quickly. You probably start to get it right now. Yes.
But in a sense, we're all alone in the world, aren't we, Charlie?
It's going a little fast now for hip hop, but still, I could just create do the mid fade, maybe. So I'm starting from the mids are a little caught, and then it brings it back as the song drops or something. Let me just try it like this. This is gonna be a little too hasty probably, but let's just try this. Yeah, it sounds very unmusical, and so I as always in DJing, you need to be cutting. Most of the time you need to cut some of the frequencies to make it smoother. So let's repeat this new house track. Let me put the EQ 3, and maybe just that. Let's try mid cut as we go. So as the song is fading out, I'm also cutting the mids. Let's just try. You have to hone this a little bit most of the time, but that's how it is in actual DJing. Here it's kind of easier because you get to perfect it. So now I'm actually, the tempo is now too slow because I did the tempo automation to be fitting for hip hop to jungle, but this song was 120 house, so I would start with 120, and maybe here as it changes, I guess it's, I don't know how unorthodox it would be to change from house to hip hop, but you know, let's just try because we can. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I would, from here on, I would maybe make the tempo. I would make the tempo reach the actual tempo of this hip hop beat, so it would end somewhere where it sounds more natural. I would cut the lows, and let me just do that. You just want to make it smooth. What I just heard wasn't smooth enough, but you know, you can use these tools to just make the transition really smooth. Once more. Let me actually do low cuts for this as well, so because why not? It's probably gonna sound a little nicer. So lows of this song go out and lows of this song come in, so there's more blending. You want to set the song level so that they're usually loud enough or not too loud in relation to each other, so you could just skip this project like this. And this is now in the wrong place, but and obviously I messed up with the cutting here, but so I was saying you want to check the relative levels so that not one song is too loud compared to other. So that is the basics how you would do a mix. This will not get you DJ bookings because this is not live DJing, but I think if you need to do a mix just for fun, maybe to showcase your music, this is a fairly nice tool for that. If you have any questions about this, just leave comments and we'll get back to you. Till the next time.